Yo, what's going on? This is my Itsu deck profile. Um, I call it Drip Itsu, Drip Itsu, because, the boys got drip. But yeah, and, let's just get into it. I mixed the Phantasm Spiral stuff. So, yeah, I maxed out on this guy, Aitsu. And I maxed out on Soitsu. You just want to see, yeah, you want to see this guy first turn, and then you want to see this guy every other turn. So you could tribute over the token that you make off of this, when you summon the token off of Phantasm. So I maxed out on all the vanillas. I think it's very necessary. And I only play 2 if each of the unions. So basically, if you don't know what these guys do, this one equips to him, and this one equips to Aitsu. So, and then he'll be at 3100, he'll be at 2500. And if they were to, he does piercing damage if he's equipped. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, if they will be destroyed by battle, you just destroy this instead. I'm pretty sure every union card has that similar effect, or at least the old school one. ABC monsters, obviously, they're the more better unions. Yeah, so yeah, that's all the Aitsu or the Itsu cards, the Drip Itsu cards. Yeah, one of my favorite archetypes. You could tell because how I drew on them. Just had an idea one day and I was like, yo, let's do it. So yeah, that's all the Itsu cards. Put them over there. And then I play 3 Herald. This card's relevant in this meta. It's better obviously in the tier Ishizu deck, because the Ishizu cards trigger in the grave. But yeah, these fairies, they don't. But I want a way to get these guys to the graveyard, because I play a special card. I play a very special card. We'll get into that soon. So yeah, just 3 heralds. And we're gonna go over the Phantasm engine. So you play through the field spell. If you don't know what this card does, if you summon a non-effect monster, you summon a token, and then when the token's summoned, you can add a Phantasm card, basically. So yeah, or if your opponent activates a card or effect, you can summon a token if you don't already control a token. So that's why I think this guy is like really good. Like, I figured out, like, if I could control the game well enough and I summon the token, and on my turn, if I draw him, I could tribute over it, and the next turn I'll have another free token play. So that was the idea of this guy. That's why I maxed out on him, because the tribute summon is really easy. Yeah, so yeah, and you want to maximize the amounts you have. So Metaverse and Terraforming. And the last cards are Spiral Battle and Imperm. This is actually better than Imperm, because if you control, so basically if you control Umi, you can activate these from your hand, and you can only activate them if you only control normal monsters. And this one pops a card, and this one negates an effect of a monster, and they lose 1,000 attack. So yeah, oh, and defense. So yeah, I would say this card's cracked in perm. Yeah, so that's all the Phantasm cards. I didn't play the equip cards, because then I think they're like really mediocre, and I don't want to play the big vanilla monster like the the level 8-9 guy. I think he's a brick. So yeah, I just decided not to play that engine, just traps. Alright, next the speed cards. You got 3 unexpected die to get out your Soitsu like as fast as possible. Yeah, that's the idea of that. And then I play 3 Extrav. I don't have Prosperity, but I think this card's actually better in this deck because it's a +1. So it's just Pot of Greed, and you don't care what you banish in an extra deck because you don't really go in it, except like sometimes. Alright, so onto the traps. Obviously, you got the Floodgates. You got the 3 Skill Drain and 3 There Can Be Tickaboo. Not much to say about these. I think they're really good this format. I think they're gonna be good in every format. Just because, yeah, like every deck has some type of same typing, so it'll stop their combo one way or another. Except like Crusadia, but who plays Crusadia except me? And the Skill Drain obviously negating all, effects on the field or like monster effects. So yeah, that's the 6 Floodgates I played. And then the Spice is 2 rollout. So the idea was with Herald, you're gonna discard one of these 4 to like negate an effect, and like you don't just want to lose these guys, you want to actually equip them to your Itsu cards, even though it's gonna happen like very rarely, but it's still like a power play, like equipping, and then Aitsu gets 3,000, Soitsu gets 25, so like this card gives you a chance to like boost them up, and then along with like the Floodgates I played, it should give you like enough time to like stall out. Plus like the Phantasm cards, you get the pop cards, negate cards, so eventually you're gonna get to this card and then you're gonna equip, and hopefully you win the game, So this is my Spice rollout. This deck wouldn't be what it is without it, to be honest. And the last 2 cards, I guess it's another tech choice, is 2 Jarvavers, because anyone who plays this deck knows that when you run out of your Phantasm, like your Phantasm engine, like it's really like hard to come back. So my idea was, because like I think if you draw the field spell turn 1, you can actually somehow end up using like at least 4 copies. By the time you're like at turn 2 or 3, like you already burned like 4 of these, and like you'll have other cards in the grave too. So I think this card, the idea was, it's always gonna be live except turn 1. That's why I didn't play 3. I only played 2 because I want to see it, but I don't want to see it like first turn opening hand. I want to see it like maybe turn 3 or 4, maybe even turn 2. So yeah, if you can somehow, like, most of the time you're going to shuffle back 5 of these, draw 2, draw 1. If it was draw 2, that'd be insane, but let's just draw 1. But the point is, you could shuffle back these guys and reset the game. And yeah, that was the idea of that. So yeah, that's the main deck. 40 cards. I love the deck. It's insane. It's fun. Itsu is one of my favorite archetypes, so I think this is the best way to play them. I really dug deep and found the best ways to play them, and I think this is truly the way to play them. It's not like, it's probably like tier 6 at best. It could probably like go toe to toe with like a freaking like 2010 deck, but yeah. It's fun. An extra deck, I do have some proxies because I don't own 3 of this or 3 of these, but I think these are the only extra deck monsters that really matter, because they're normal monsters and it will trigger your Phantasm, and you can use You can use your tokens to make these guys, and like it's really really good. Especially this guy, 3,000, and this one's 1,200. But the point of these were to just get away, just get rid of your tokens. So your Phantasm is available again to summon another token. So that was the whole idea. So like you really only need 6 spots for these, and in the other 6 spots, it's very flexible. You could play anything else. Like I play like Zeus, Zenmayo, and like a bunch of rank 4s. Dweller is a good one if you can make it. Babushka is good. Tornado to pop back row, and then like a small IP package with like this, and like this. So the deck is flexible in the extra deck. So yeah, but you gotta be careful with summoning these, because then your Phantasm cards they're not gonna do anything, because then you control a effect monster, and then your trap cards, your Phantasm traps aren't gonna work. So that's why these aren't like, I would say you like go into these when you have normal resources. But yeah, these are the cards that you mainly go into. So I need to pick up 2 more of him and 2 more of Land Fornicus. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think. I really love this deck. You guys should try it out. Experiment with it, have fun with it. But yeah, peace.